Hey YouTube, Dan Otto here, the best 3/4 tier Pokemon Go battler in the world, and today starts Master League Open, Master League Premier Classic, and Kanto Cup. I just put out a video on Kanto Cup. I'll link that above there. So if you want to play the Kanto Cup, I go over the top 20 Pokemon based on PVPoke, and I give you 5 teams to use. And Master League Premier Classic, I'm going to do the same thing with 4 teams to use. Master League Premier Classic means no XL and no Legendaries. So the meta is going to be smaller in Master League Premier Classic because in Kanto Cup you have I think there are a ton of Pokemon in Kanto Cup that have ability to play. So I think you're going to see a lot more variation there. In Master League Premier Classic, there's really only like 10 to 20 Pokemon that you're going to see that really do well. So you're just going to see a mix and match of those. So let's go over the top 20 here to see what you're going to look at. And it's going to be nothing on this list surprises me at all. So let's just start with Gyarados. Gyarados is going to be one of your best, a Dragon Breath user that's not weak to Dragon because it's half water, half flying. So that's why it's so great. The Aqua Tail has nice coverage for, let's say, Excadrill and Mamoswine, and then Crunch has some nice coverage for. You're not going to see many Psychics here, but it's just a nice hard hitting move there. Metagross again is 2 and 10 there. It's been a staple for Master League since season 1. It's your main fairy counter, and it has an earthquake coverage for other Pokemon. You're going to see it everywhere. Garchomp you're going to see everywhere because it has such great coverage as well because it's Mudshot. This is Mudshot Sand Tomb Outrage, so you're using a bait move here. But at ground covers your Metagross and Excadrill and Outrage for Dragons. And then Dragonite is on at 4 and 8 because, again, it's just an overpowered Dragon Breath user. It was, again, staple since Season 1. Snorlax is one of your best safe swaps in this league. I've put out videos on Snorlax before, safe swaps in Master League Classic, and it will fit the bill here too, just for having that Body Slam superpower sort of coverage, absorb energy, and do a lot of damage. Excadrill, Rock Slide for Gyarados, Drill Run for Metagross, Rock Slide for Dragonite, Rock Slide for Togekiss. Just great coverage. You know what you're going to get. The Excadrills are going to be everywhere, so just you need to prepare for those. 2 charm users, Togekiss and Sylveon. Again, you know what your charm user is going to do. You're going to take out your Garchomp, you're going to take out your Dragonite. So that's it. That's its main purpose. It'll do decent amount of damage against Gyarados. It gets walled by Metagross. Trouble walling against Excadrill. Sylveon has a better matchup against Mamoswine, but Togekiss can charm down in the 2 shield, but you have to waste shield, so there you go. Again, so we know Gyarados already. We know we're Metagross, Sylveon, Magnezone at 12 and 17. Your one-shot machine here with your wild charges. So again, you have Gyarados at number 1, Dragonites, and then Melodic. So you just have that sort of nuke wild charge there. Mamoswine, again, I don't know how many videos I have to put out on Mamoswine to tell you it's a beast. Ice coverage for all your dragons and your flyers. So covers Togekiss, Garchomp, Dragonite. Does okay against Gyarados. It loses because the Aqua Tail, but it has Bulldoze for coverage against like Metagross. You're still losing matchup there, but good coverage there. Snorlax way over. Machamp. Yeah, Machamp, you just coverage for Metagross, Excadrill. You're obviously going to get shredded by the Charmers. You're going to answer for Snorlax, Magnezone. So it can do well against Swampert. So it's just one of those Pokemon that, again, hard losses against the Charmers, decent matchups everywhere else. Gardevoir Shadow. Again, so I should have put it with, it's not a charm. Well, it is charm. It's half charm, half psychic. But same thing, just an overpowered charm user. So put in the same as Excadrill, as Sylveon and Togekiss. Electivire, same. I just did a video how insane it is in the Ultra League, so it's probably just as insane in the Master League. Same sort of concept as Magnezone. Super probably glassy, but wild charge one shot to the top. Swampert is going to be your main answer to Metagross and Excadrill. So it's everyone should have a Hydro Cannon. Not everyone, but most people should have a Hydro Cannon Swampert, so I expect that. And Melodic is your nice, sneaky Dragon Tail play that also has your surf coverage. So I put together 4 teams to use, and let's go over them now. So the first one is, I started with Excadrill because I'm like, Excadrill is going to be everywhere. You obviously cover Metagross, like I said, Metagross, Dragonite, Togekiss, Sylveon, Magnezone, so nice coverage there. You got some weaknesses to Garchomp and like the Meowscarada Snorlax, so I'm like, okay, let's just pair it with the Gyarados because Gyarados is covering most of the top 10 there. And then I did Gengar as as my third because it's glassy for sure, but it has enough coverage in the top 10, and if you get like shields down base, if Excadrill can just like spam and grab shields, then Gengar endgame with the Shadow Balls is going to be insane, as long as you don't have it lined up against the Snorlax, because then you're going to get walled. Team number 2 is Dragonite, Swampert, Metagross. So Dragonite, again, one of the overpowered dragons in this since Season 1. You're just going to Dragon Breath the majority. Not the top 10 right now. Like, top 10 really has problems because you have your Charmers and your Excadrill and your Garchomps, which can take, well, Garchomp, that's bait dependent if you're running, and Metagross as a steal. But then once you get down to like your Swamperts, your Fighters, you're just overpowering with the Dragon Breath there. So I paired it with Metagross because you need an answer for the fairies. So I'm going to answer hardest with Metagross. And then you have a little bit of problem still with Excadrill. So I paired it with Swampert because it just overpowers with the Hydro Cannons. Team number 3. Okay, if there's 3 Charmers in the top 20, let's just throw one in there. So I threw Togekiss. Again, you can throw in whatever one you want. It does what it's supposed to do. It takes out the Fighters and the Dragons hard. Those are hard X's wins. It can overpower some of these just based on Charm alone. Obviously, you have some weaknesses to Metagross as your main one, so I put 2 answers to that in the back, Garchomp and Snorlax. Snorlax as your safe swap, best way to safe swap probably in Master League right now. And then Garchomp as your another strong top 10 Pokemon that has coverage with the ground, either Sandtomb. It says Sandtomb, you can run Earth Power. So it just depends what you have on yours. And then Snorlax as a safe swap there. And then the last one, we have a really sort of left field one. I wanted to use Mamoswine because Mamoswine, again, beast, as you can see right there, Garchomp, Dragonite, Excadrill, Togekiss, taking out 4 right there of the top 5 is amazing. And it doesn't have like a hard losses except for a fighter and it's weak to water as well. So I paired it with a Melodic in the back because Melodic covers a lot of your weaknesses in the front. And then I was just kind of playing around with it, and Hippowadon has some nice overall coverage as well. And I don't have one built, so I can't use this team or Melodic build for that matter. But just a lot of coverage, a lot of sneaky coverage in the top 20, and a Pokemon that probably not a lot of people know how to deal with. So that is the team. Those are the teams. So Magic League Premier Classic, Kanto Cup. It's funny because Magic League is one of my favorite leagues, and Kanto Cup is one of my favorite cups. So I am going to be putting out, I mean, send me your videos if you have any, like a legend run with a team. But I will be putting out for sure videos on, I'm going to split my time, but I can expect a ton of Kanto Cup and a ton of Magic League Premier Classic teams coming your way for you to try over the next 2 weeks, and then 1 more week, and then the season's over. So good luck if you were grinding towards Legend. Accessible cups, like the Magic League Open is there, but Premier Classic, no Legendaries, no XL, and a Kanto Cup is very accessible for these 2 weeks, plus triple Stardust on the, I think the in-game, like the reward, like step 1 and 5 if you win. So anyways, that's it. If you haven't watched the Kanto Cup one, go check that out. I'll link that above, and I will see you guys in the next one.